This year, for Milwaukee's 40th annual MLK speechwriting contest, students were given the topic of what affects one affects all. It is the central theme from Dr. King's letter from Birmingham jail. This is what Zaida Smith, a fifth grader at Samuel Clemens School, wrote.
A show of hands. Has anyone ever created something using dominoes? I see your hand, I see your hand, I see yours too. So my grandmother and I did a thing. We decided to make a huge heart using dominoes. First, we drew a heart on a large poster board. Then we started to place the dominoes very carefully around the borders of the heart. Now placing those dominoes was most frustrating because one nervous move and one will fall down. Now they're all falling down prematurely. So I was careful placing the dominoes until it was time for me to push the first one down. I couldn't wait. As I pushed the domino and watched domino after domino topple over, I was overjoyed at watching what they call the domino effect. If you're wondering, Zaida, where are you going with this? Well, here it is. When I think of what affects one affects all, I remember that domino project I made with my grandmother. I visioned this world as a huge heart, and we, the people, are the dominoes. Dr. King stated that life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Well, Dr. King, here's my answer. I want to start a domino effect of compassion, peaceful conversations, and acceptance to change this world because what affects one affects all. I want to be the domino effect of acceptance to fight against racism. Our world is made up of a diverse group of people, and we all walk around here acting like we are afraid of one another. Yes, I am an African-American female, and yes, I feel great about the skin that I am in. But that does not mean that I am more privileged than anybody else. I want to learn about people who live differently than I do by going to visit museums or maybe just having a simple conversation. Dr. King stated that, yes, we are on the move, and no wave of racism can stop us. Accepting the fact that we are all different is okay, because at the end of the day, what affects one affects all, no matter who we are. Next, I want to be the domino effect of peaceful conversations to fight against gun violence. It's a shame that I have to think twice about whether I'm going to be safe enough to go outside to play or not. What right does anyone have to be so angry, pick up a gun, and take someone else's life? What happened to peaceful conversations? At my school, we partake in restorative practice circles every week. In these circles, I am learning how to have meaningful conversations with my peers that promotes positivity and respect amongst each other. Hopefully, my generation will have the power to solve problems peacefully with effective communication instead of a gun. Dr. King stated that returning violence for violence multiplies violence. One thing I know, a bullet has no name on it. Anyone could be a victim because what affects one affects all. Lastly, I want to be the domino effect of compassion to help climate change. Listen here, if we don't get the earth that we share together healthy, we will not have a planet to live on. Climate change affects the food that we eat, the air that we breathe, and the water that we drink. My school is becoming a green school, and I am delighted. I look forward to learning more about what I can do and how I can spread the news about having a healthier and cleaner world. In conclusion, Dr. King stated that we must all learn to live together as brothers, or we will perish together as fools. The key word in this quote to me is together. So as I spread the domino effect of compassion to fight against climate change, acceptance to fight against racism, and peaceful conversations to fight against gun violence, I will keep the faith with the purpose of making this world a better place to live because what affects one affects all. Thank you.
Wow, Zaida, that was an amazing speech. Have you written anything before, or was this your first time?
This is my first time.
So what made you want to enter this contest?
Dr. Martin Luther King's word, and I just really wanted to speak up.
How long did it take you to write this impressive essay?
Maybe a few weeks, or I would say a month.
And your delivery was so powerful. How long did it take you to memorize and just be able to enunciate the way you did?
The same time that it took me to write it.
So what were you, when you were writing this speech and you were kind of meditating on these themes, what was something that kept coming up for you that you thought was so important for you to share with others?
Gun violence.
And why is that?
Because a lot of lives are getting taken from it.
And a lot of children's lives, kids your age. Thinking of how this issue impacts the city, what are some of your hopes looking ahead?
I hope that they chill down with the gun violence. I hope they stop being rude to people because of the color of their skin. And I just really hope that they stop littering because it's affecting the animals and a lot more.
And you are our future, so your opinion really matters. So what can we expect? What is the future of Zaida? What do you want to do when you grow up?
When I grow up, I want to be a pediatrician or a real estate agent.
And why?
Because I want to be a pediatrician because I want to help kids out when they're sick and just in general. And I really don't know why I want to be a real estate agent. It's just something that I want to be.
Well, those are both very profitable professions, and it takes passion to, follow through with them. Is there anyone that you want to thank that kind of helped you along this process?
My teacher. Can I do more than one people?
Yeah.
Person? Okay, my teacher, my dad, my mom, and my grandma.
Beautiful. Okay, well, thank you so much, Zaida. That was an amazing speech, and I can't wait to see what lies ahead for you.
Thank you for having me.